Hey, what's up, everybody? It's been a really long time here at the Crotch Rocket Sports blog, and really stopped keeping up with that after football ended last year. It was a long time ago. It's been 207 days since the Super Bowl, whenever the Chiefs were victorious. They may very well be again this year, but I have a different prediction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down and tell you who I think is going to win each division individually, and then who's going to ultimately win the Super Bowl. So tonight we have game number one, which is the Chiefs against the Lions. The Lions are going to be much better this year. You're going to see that I have them winning the NFC North. A lot of people are thinking that the Bears are going to do that. I think that they're very close. It's all going to depend on Justin Fields and the pieces that he has around him. So let's go ahead and kick this off. I'm going to start with the NFC. So the NFC North, I do have Detroit barely. Chicago could be very awesome, and they could be really bad. This is the year where Chicago's going to find out if Justin Fields is their guy or if he's not the guy. And this is a good year for him because they haven't paid him that insane contract yet. So this will be the year that we figure that out. But I am banking on Detroit to win the NFC North. The NFC South, not a very good division at all. It's going to be the Bucs or the Saints. I'm not really sure about the Saints now that Derek Carr has went there. He's a really good quarterback. But Baker Mayfield, people don't give him enough credit. I think Baker Mayfield is pretty awesome. I've always loved Baker. He's one of those guys. You either love him or you hate him. I think the Bucs are going to be sneaky good, and so I've got the Buccaneers winning the NFC South barely over the Saints. In the NFC East, this may come as no surprise, but I do have Dallas winning that division by one game over Philadelphia. It's going to be very close. The last few years, it's been one game separation between Dallas or Philly. The Giants are going to be a little bit better, but they're not going to be as good as Dallas or Philadelphia. I'm taking Dallas to win the NFC East. Huge shocker to people that know me. I know that. NFC West, probably the worst division in all of football. The Rams are going to be one of the worst teams in the league. The Cardinals are going to be one of the worst teams in the league. Seattle's going to be better than people think, but the 49ers are far and away the best team in that division. I don't even think that it's close. San Francisco wins the NFC West. So let's move on to the AFC. In the AFC North, I think it's going to be fairly close between the Bengals and the Ravens. The Ravens are going to be really good if Lamar Jackson stays healthy. If he stays healthy, they're going to be awesome. They're always a force to be reckoned with, and it never really seems like Baltimore is bad. It's funny. They're a very consistent franchise with Harbaugh there, and I just feel like they're an awesome team. The Cincinnati is more awesome. I feel like that they have been gypped a few times in the last few years. I feel like they could have easily won that Super Bowl against the Rams a few years ago, the Super Bowl that the Rams fought, by the way. Now they're going to be one of the worst teams in the league because they did go all in to win that one Super Bowl, and now everything is kind of falling apart there. But I've got Cincinnati definitely winning the AFC North. AFC South, another awful division. The Colts are going to suck. The Texans are going to suck. The Titans are not going to be very good either. They'll probably finish second. But definitely Jacksonville. Jacksonville's up and coming. I love Trevor Lawrence with his crazy flowing Fabio hair. But he's getting better every single year. I expect Trevor Lawrence to be up there in MVP discussions and conversations. He is going to be awesome. And I do think Jacksonville takes the AFC South. In the AFC East, I think this is the best division in football, probably. It's pretty close I don't know if there is another division that's even close to this because, and for the first time, I think the Patriots are actually going to finish dead last in that division. The Jets are going to be awesome. It's not just because Aaron Rodgers is there. He makes a huge difference. But they've put a lot of parts and pieces there. It kind of reminds me of the Rams team from a few years ago when they're putting everything together to go, all in. Rodgers is up there. I think he's 39 this year. Could be mistaken, but I know it's close. But they're going to be really good. The Jets are going to be good. If Tua stays healthy, the Dolphins are going to be awesome. I think the Dolphins are another up-and-coming team. They got Tyreek Hill still, in my opinion, the fastest dude in football. So I think the Dolphins are going to be really good. But I think the Jets are actually going to win that division over Buffalo barely. But I think Buffalo is going to be right down there with Miami as well. It's going to be close in between second and third. I feel like Buffalo's window closed a little bit. Josh Allen is definitely awesome. But I feel like that window, they had their chance more than once, more than twice. And it's just right there. A couple years ago, I'd have them up there with Cincinnati, Philly, and Kansas City. But I don't know. I just feel like it's dwindling a little bit. They're not going to be a bad team, but I don't think they're good enough to beat that top tier of those 3 or 4 teams. And the AFC West, I'm not even going to waste much time. It's going to be Kansas City. Denver's going to suck. The Raiders are going to suck. And the Chargers are going to finish second. And the Chargers will do what the Chargers do. They'll make the playoffs and they'll lose a game, typically like my Dallas Cowboys typically do. So, in my opinion, this is the way that the playoffs shake out. In the NFC, you remember I said I think Dallas is going to win the NFC East? It's not going to matter because Dallas is going to do what Dallas does. They're going to make the playoffs. They may win a playoff game, but then I think they're going to get bounced. And then in the AFC, I have got the Bengals finally getting over the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. It really all depends on how much the refs get paid to, give that penalty to Mahomes like they did 3 games in a year or 3 games in a row last year. People are going to argue against it. Go back and watch that. I mean, it is completely obvious that they're all over his you-know-what sack. And so, unless they're scripted to get into the Super Bowl, I do see Cincinnati in the Super Bowl against the Philadelphia Eagles, and I see Cincinnati barely beating them. I think this is the year for the Bengals. Joe Burrow is an absolute stud. He's got all those weapons around him. Him and Jamar Chase have been playing together ever since even college. And so you heard it here. We're going to come back, at the end of the year and take a look at this. And I may be an idiot. I probably am. But I do have the Cincinnati Bengals winning the Super Bowl over the Philadelphia Eagles. Regardless, I am so glad the football's back. My Sundays are now complete with my church and with my football and just with everything else going on. It's absolutely awesome. I feel like a man again. This is going to be great. Hope you guys enjoy the NFL season. I'll be speaking with you every week here on CrotchRocketSports.com. Come back and subscribe to this channel and also sign up for our newsletter on our site. And hope to see you guys soon. Peace out.